Assalamu alaikum everyone, and a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I, Rozi Panjwani, student of MSELM Education Department, would like to welcome you all to the webinar organized by the Educational Department of SZABIST University, Karachi. Theme of today's webinar is Teacher Education Program and Career Prospects. Thank you for joining us today. If you are listening to us, nothing can stop you from incredible learning that will happen in next few minutes to widen your scope in the field of education. We have two guest speakers with us. Along with that, we will be calling some alumni and existing students. These students and alumni are institute in their own capacity, but they are associated with SZABIST because of the incredible contribution of SZABIST in their life, in their professional career. So first, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Najmunnisa, Head of the Educational Department. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Najm. Can you hear me?
Walaikum assalam, Rosie. Yes, I can hear you.
How are you? I hope you are fine. Thank you for joining us today. Dr. Najmunnisa is the head of the department at SZABIST University. She has experience of more than 20 years in the field of education. She is resource person for 𝗘𝗃 and external evaluator for 𝗙𝗃. Has an experience of more than 10 years in teachers training module development. Welcome, Dr. Najm. We
Thank you
have
very
our
much.
second, shall I introduce the second guest speaker? So our second guest speaker is Ms. Sadiya Durrani. She is founder, director, training lounge, educational consultant, parenting coach, soft skill trainer. Ms. Durrani currently works as an assistant professor for the Department of Education at SZABIST University. Welcome, Dr. Ms. Sadiya. Glad to see you. I hope you can hear me. Okay. Can you hear me, Dr. Najm?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I just would like to ask a very, very important question with which I would like to begin. That what are the programs that SZABIST is offering, educational department is offering that can help our viewers to understand what is the working of educational department?
Thank you very much, Rosie, for this opportunity. I just wanted to tell you what we are offering, but before discussing this, the program detail, I just wanted to tell you about the delay in starting webinar, just because of few technical glitches. We could not start program at time, so sorry for inconvenience. I would like to request my students kindly join this webinar and post your comments as well. Sadiya, can you hear us? Should we start? There's a problem maybe with Sadia's internet connectivity. So Mansoor, please do follow up, and if you please share PPT here with the audience. So this is actually the second slide. Mansoor, second slide. Mansoor. Okay. So, currently, Education Department of ZABIST, we are offering three programs for fall 2021: B.Ed 1.5 year, B.Ed 2.5 year, and MS in Educational Leadership and Management. And as you know, B.Ed 1.5 year is a bridging degree for those who are having 16 years of education. In the education industry, there are teachers who are having master's degree but in science, in arts, but they don't have relevant education. That's why they lack understanding of the philosophy of teaching. So this degree make them enable to understand the philosophy of teaching, as well as this degree enable them to pursue higher education in the field of education. So after doing B.Ed 1.5 year, um, the teachers would be able to take admission in MS and MPhil in education. Otherwise, they cannot take. So in B.Ed 1.5 year, it is a 54 credit hours program, and there are three semester, 1.5 year. The duration is 1.5 year, and in this program, we are having 12 core courses, which is of 36 credit hours, and before along with them, there are four content specialized courses and one research project and one teaching practice. So after doing this B.Ed 1.5 year, the student would be eligible for doing their MS or MPhil in education. ये एक बहुत ही बड़ा इशू था कि हमारे पास जब इस डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर से और डिफरेंट सेक्टर से हमारे पास जो है वो टीचर्स आते थे और वो दे वांटेड टू डू एमफिल, बट वी कुड नॉट ऑफर देम बिकॉज ऑफ टीचर्स एजुकेशन रोड मैप। और हम उनसे कहते थे कि नहीं जी, हम आपको जो है वो एमफिल में एडमिशन नहीं दे सकते बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव रेलिवेंट एजुकेशन, or you have to do B.Ed first. And they showed their reluctance. But this B.Ed 1.5 year is a fast track degree program. And this program enables a student to pursue their higher education. Then, as you all know, MA master's 2 years master degree is discontinued. So there must be a gap in uh, pursuing higher education. Those who are having 14 years of education, now they cannot do 2 years masters because 2 years master is discontinued by HEC. तो उसके लिए we are offering just to facilitate their learning need, we are offering B.Ed 2.5 year, and B.Ed 2.5 year is a professional degree and equivalent to masters. And this would also ensure or enable teachers to pursue their higher education. They can take admission after 2.5 year, they can take admission in MS or MPhil in education. It is a very comprehensive and a detailed degree program. There are total uh, 69 credit hours, and in which there are 23 core courses and 4 content specialized courses and research project and teaching courses as well. Other than this, we are uh, offering MS in Educational Leadership and Management. And MS in Educational Leadership and Management is unique in this way. This degree enables teachers to perform role as educational leader, and this is a 30 credit hours um, a degree program, and the duration is 1.5 to 2 years. And Again, we are having a specialization in different areas: teacher education, assessment and evaluation, curriculum development, educational psychology, sociology of education, and so on. So these are the three programs which we are offering for admission fall 2021. Thank you very much, Rosie.
Thank you, Dr. Najm. So, my next question, if we can have Miss Sadia on board. Assalamu alaikum, Miss Sadia. So, connecting to this, I just would like to know that already settled teachers, the ones those who are already settled in the career of teaching, why do you think that these courses are important, these programs are important for them in their professional life?
Okay, so Assalamu alaikum to all my viewers. I am sorry from the Department of Education that we've had some lapses in the internet connectivity today for our host and for some of us. So, so today we are all gathered here to talk a little bit about the department and how it has been serving us all for the past 6 years that we've been in existence. And we are going to talk a little bit about our programs. Then we're going to call our alumni on board with us as well, so you all can meet them and see where they are in relations to their qualification as well as their professional experiences. So Rosie, the question that you have asked me is about why a teacher should join somebody who's already in the field. Why should they again come towards education, and why should they pursue their qualification with SZABIST? So I think the best answer for that is that all of us, most of us, have landed in the education field by chance. We haven't done it by choice. And we've been in this field for so long, and we have been teaching, and we are learning through our own experiences. However, now we have all gotten this opportunity. पहले ये opportunity भी इतनी नहीं थी ना. और जब आप पढ़ा रहे होते हैं कहीं, आप एक अच्छी पोजीशन पे होते हैं, आपको हमेशा एक फीलिंग होती है दिल के अंदर कि यार प्रोफेशनली कोई डिग्री नहीं इसमें आती, right? So if you do not have a degree in the field of education and you've been teaching for a very long time, it is high time that you get back to teaching and learning. I'll start off a little bit with my own journey. I was at almost at the peak of my career when I went for my master's abroad. And why I did that, I had certifications, I had diplomas, I had a bag of experience behind me, Rosie. But I always felt in my heart that I needed to get a degree in my own field. जबकि masters तो था, लेकिन education के अंदर masters नहीं था, educational leadership में in fact. This was my goal. And so I went abroad, जबकि मेरी शायद 15 years का already experience था teaching and learning के अंदर, in training and development as well. But I went abroad for my master's. What it did for me at my mid career, so that was my mid career. So what it did for me was it pushed me forward. I think if I hadn't done that at that time, I would have been where I was at that time. It has opened so many avenues for me. And I would just say the same to all the teachers who are out there and all the administrators and educational leaders who are, have been working for a very long time but don't have a master's in education or a MS or PhD or B.Ed. I think it's about time that you equip yourself with latest pedagogies, and latest trends in education. और उसके अलावा मैं आपको बताऊं, इतनी एक आपके अगर आप एक प्लेटो में चल रहे हो बहुत अरसे तक, तो एक स्टैग्नेशन आ जाती है, आप खुद भी बोर होना शुरू हो जाती है, डूइंग द सेम थिंग रिपीटेडली अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन. सो आई फील अगर आपका मिड करियर है या आप स्टार्ट भी ले रहे हो, आप अगर एक प्रोग्राम ज्वाइन कर लो, वेदर इट इज ZABIST, वेदर इट इज एनीथिंग एल्स, जाहिर है we promise you quality education. We promise you that the program is going to be really good for your networking. It's going to take you places. It's going to give you a lot of opportunities to go out in the field and apply the knowledge that you're learning here. But आप education in itself अगर हम बात करें तो टीचर्स के लिए इसलिए इतनी ज्यादा जरूरी है क्योंकि 15-20 साल पुराने कॉन्सेप्ट सब रिडंडेंट हो गए, राइट? सेल्फ स्टडी बिल्कुल है, बिल्कुल अब गूगल इज देयर आर सो मेनी ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज, लेकिन एक डिग्री की जो वैल्यू है दैट विल ऑलवेज स्टे, दैट विल ऑलवेज रिमेन, एंड स्पेशली विद अस इंट्रोड्यूसिंग द B.Ed program, which is a 2.5-year program. अब ये मास्टर्स से, अब what I want our audience to understand now from today's webinar is that this 2.5-year degree holds a higher value than the masters of education. ठीक है ना? मैं आपको अभी ये समझा रही हूँ. ज़ैनब ने भी एक क्वेश्चन पूछा, हाउ इज इट डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एमफिल? So what is happening now is, देखिए मास्टर्स का हम पिछले 2 साल से ना वी हैव बीन पुशिंग टीचर्स कि जी मास्टर्स कर लें, मास्टर्स कर लें. इट इज द ब्रिजिंग डिग्री. इफ यू हैव 14 ईयर ऑफ एजुकेशन, इट इज अ ब्रिजिंग डिग्री फॉर यू टू गो इनटू द एमएस प्रोग्राम. ठीक है ना? अब मास्टर्स हो गया खत्म. एचईसी ने कहा जी मास्टर्स खत्म, आ गया 2020 तक मास्टर्स की हुई. इस साल से ज़ैबिस्ट ने भी मास्टर्स के प्रोग्राम खत्म. Now, what is the way forward? People who still have 14 year of education and who want to do their PhD or who want to do their MPhil. अब एक आपके पास बड़ी अच्छी डिग्री आ गई. It's called the B.Ed 2.5. The B.Ed 2.5 degree will help everyone who will do this degree get a teaching degree license. You see, मास्टर्स इन एजुकेशन में आप अगर मास्टर्स कर लेते हैं, बाहर अगर आपने जाना है तो आप टीचिंग में नहीं जा सकते. However, अगर आपने B.Ed किया है, बैचलर्स इन एजुकेशन, that is a teaching. When you go abroad, you will be able to find a job directly into a teaching profession. Okay? And even when you stay here or want to pursue your education further, you will get an admission directly in the MS program. Okay? And MS and MPhil are equivalent, Zainab. So these are interchangeable terms that we use for masters in masters in science in ELM and as well as MS ELM. Okay? So MPhil is the same as MS ELM. So if you're enrolled in our MS ELM program, it means that you are doing you're pursuing your MPhil. ठीक है? So ये वाली एक सबसे बड़ी तो वजह ये है कि आपको अपनी इंक्रीज करनी होती है. उसके बाद you are doing
I
what
totally
you love.
agree.
And I think the basic thing is that obviously अगर आप एक प्रोफेशन के अंदर इतने सालों से हैं, आपको वो प्रोफेशन अच्छा लगता है, you are doing more in something that you already love doing. You will enjoy yourself. You will have a good network of friends. You will meet people from the experts who are experts in the field. ये बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो आप एक अगर स्टूडेंट लाइफ के अंदर आ जाते हैं तो आपको एक बिल्कुल एकदम डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड नजर आता है देन व्हेन यू आर अ टीचर. आपकी लाइफ के अंदर एक रिन्यूड स्पार्क आएगा इन योर ओन टीचिंग and in your own profession. So I think it's amazing if they're mid-career professionals who have not studied for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, and they come back and join our degree program or pursue qualification ahead. I think it's really, really good for our career boost as well.
Yeah, so true. I do agree because I have already completed almost my 20 years in education, and I'm currently enrolled in MIMS, and I have experience of 3 different universities. Ms. Sadiya, I was talking to you about that. 3 very known universities of Karachi, and what I have seen at ZABIST, a one-to-one mentoring, very different perspective for the students because we are taken as each individual is taken differently. So this is the highlight of ZABIST, which I really would like to. And yes, you are right that the teachers who are staying for a long time in their career and not doing anything in their professional career, they stay there, and the others, they move on. So it's very, very important if you would like to move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's have Dr. Najm on board and let's find out about our scholarships and financial aid program. So yes, Dr. Najm, it's a great discussion going on. So would you like to say something about the financial assistance or the scholarships that are offered at ZABIST University?
Actually, all 3 programs are subsidized, and luckily B.Ed 1.5 and 2.5 is 50% subsidized. So this is the, we can say a cheapest program, or a program which both the programs which we are offering at cheap rate, cheap in this sense because cost effective hai. Or teachers are those who are we are having students who are in service teachers. They are spending money or their salaries on their education, and they are looking after their taking care of their families as well. So this is a low cost or a cost effective program, subsidized 50% subsidized program, both B.Ed 1.5 and 2.5. And MSELM is also 20% subsidized. And and there are other scholarships also available, like Sindh Endowment Fund है, फिर उसके बाद जो है वो हमारे पास एहसान ट्रस्ट है, which is a kind of loan on very without any interest, and there are some others. And those who want to apply for any program, they can apply for a scholarship before taking admission in at ZABIST. So this is these are the opportunities which students can avail. And we give even installments as well. If you cannot pay full fee, full semester fee, so you can pay in installment. So there are different facilities available in terms of fee payment. Okay,
Oh, this is great.
in this way.
Hmm.
And there is a question, if you allow me, so I would like
Yeah.
Yes,
to
yes.
respond. Okay, what is the difference between B.Ed 1.5 and B.Ed
1.5.
2.5? So Nida, there is a difference between B.Ed 1.5 and 2.5. B.Ed 1.5 is being offered to those who are already having 16 years of education, but they are not having education in a relevant field. Relevant in this sense that, for example, you don't have degree in education, you have degree maybe in commerce, in science, and in international relationship, as Miss Sadiya was telling, she was she was teaching since long time, but and she has masters in different area, but not in education. That's why she realized that she has to do something which is in specifically in education. So B.Ed 1.5 is an opportunity for those who are in a career path or in mid career path, but they don't have relevant education. If you want to do MPhil, for example, अगर आप MPhil या MS करना चाहेंगे with 16 years of education, so you cannot do unless you have relevant education. आपके पास या तो MA education हो, या आपके पास after MA B.Ed और M.Ed हो, then you can do MPhil. लेकिन अगर आप B.Ed 1.5 ईयर कर लेते हैं तो आपकी एलिजिबिलिटी इंश्योर हो जाती है फॉर डूइंग MPhil. और B.Ed 2.5 जो और ये 17.5 ईयर एजुकेशन होती है, लेकिन B.Ed 2.5 इज ओनली फॉर दोज हु आर हैविंग 14 इयर्स ऑफ एजुकेशन. तो पहले जब हमारे पास 14 इयर्स ऑफ एजुकेशन होती थी, सो हम मास्टर्स करते थे, 2 इयर्स मास्टर्स करते थे. एंड ZABIST ऑल्सो यूज टू ऑफर मास्टर्स इन एजुकेशन. और हमारा MA एजुकेशन बड़ा सक्सेसफुल और पॉपुलर प्रोग्राम था. स्टिल वी 3 बैचेस आर गोइंग ऑन. अभी भी हमारे पास 3 बैचेस हैं जो कि अपनी डिग्री प्रोग्राम को कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं. बट फ्रॉम दिस सेमेस्टर वी कुड नॉट ऑफर बिकॉज ऑफ HEC पॉलिसी. तो चूंकि HEC की ये पॉलिसी है, दैट्स व्हाई वी कुड नॉट ऑफर. तो हमने उसकी जगह पे B.Ed 2.5 ऑफर किया. और एज मिस सादिया वाज डिस्कसिंग कि ये इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस MA एजुकेशन से ज्यादा है, बिकॉज ये आपको, वो कहते हैं ना, एक टिकट में दो मजे. तो वो आपके पास ना सिर्फ ये कि मास्टर्स की इक्विवेलेंसी आ रही है, बल्कि आपके पास एक प्रोफेशनल डिग्री आ रही है. इफ यू आर गोइंग अब्रॉड and you want to apply for teaching, so you cannot do if you have only master's degree. But if you have a professional qualification like B.Ed, so you can directly apply for you can directly get job, and you are not supposed to do internship there. अदरवाइज आपको 1 ईयर की इंटर्नशिप करना होती है. इसी तरह से जो है ना, ये एक वो है.
There's a
अच्छा,
new
अब
question.
जी, ये एक
Yes.
अपॉर्चुनिटी है. और हम हमेशा ये बात कहते हैं कि देखें, B.Ed जो है ना, वो एक प्रोफेशनल डिग्री है, जब मास्टर्स जो है वो एकेडमिक डिग्री है. तो देयर आर 2 टाइप्स ऑफ डिग्रीज ना, एकेडमिक एंड मास्टर्स. सो हमारे पास जो है ना, ये इस तरह से 2 डिग्रीज है हमारे पास. अच्छा, एक और क्वेश्चन है विच इज, हम मेरे ख्याल में आपके पास ये क्वेश्चन भी था ये कि
Yes.
रिगार्डिंग HEC न्यू पॉलिसी. So
Hmm.
there was a question related to HEC new policy. This, and the question was asked by Zainab Hami, कि is PhD in education being offered after M.Ed as per HEC current policy? So देखें, almost all universities, public and private, all, they are resisting and they are not accepting HEC new PhD policy, because जब आप बैचलर्स करके यानी कि BS ऑनर्स करके जब आप डायरेक्ट PhD में एनरोल्ड हो जाते हैं विदाउट हैविंग फ्लेवर ऑफ MS, जो कि एक प्योर रिसर्च डिग्री है, बिकॉज BS इज नॉट अ रिसर्च डिग्री। आप जर्नल कोर्सेज पढ़ के आते हैं और उन जर्नल कोर्सेज को आप उसके बाद आप स्पेशलाइजेशन की तरफ एकदम से चले जाते हैं, तो जो क्वालिटी है ना PhD की वो सफर करेगी। तो इसलिए यूनिवर्सिटीज आर नॉट इन फेवर ऑफ HEC's न्यू पॉलिसी और HEC's न्यू डिसीजन। सो ज़ेबिस्ट ने ये डिसाइड किया है अलोंग विद ऑल अदर यूनिवर्सिटीज कि वी आर फॉलोइंग आवर एग्जिस्टिंग पॉलिसी and we will not offer direct PhD admission. Students have to do MS first, then PhD. और जहां तक मेरी लिमिटेड इंफॉर्मेशन है, अभी तक किसी यूनिवर्सिटी ने इस पॉलिसी को ऑप्ट इस तरह नहीं किया है। तो वो लोग जो कि MS कर रहे हैं, जैसे आप खुद MS कर रही हैं, तो आप खुद इस बात को एक्सपीरियंस कर रही होंगी कि आपकी ट्रेनिंग हो रही है फॉर PhD और आप लोगों को तैयार किया जा रहा है फॉर नेक्स्ट 3 इयर्स, फॉर नेक्स्ट 3 PhD इयर्स। तो विदाउट टेकिंग दिस डिग्री इट वुड बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर एनीवन कि वो जो है ना डायरेक्ट PhD में एनरोल हो जाए और फिर हम उसको फौरन थीसिस ऑफर कर दें आफ्टर 1 ईयर, तो फिर वो बात नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि PhD इज अ हाईएस्ट डिग्री। तो इसलिए so we are sticking with our own existing policy.
So true, क्योंकि रिसर्च के जो कोर्सेज हैं जितनी इन डेप्थ में MS के अंदर पढ़ाए जा रहे हैं, it cannot be offered at BS level. My question now from Ms. Sadiya, that we're talking about teachers and all that teachers program. So what is the other scope for the teachers other than teaching? So what is the other platform, maybe nationally, internationally, where they can go after taking this program?
अच्छा देखिए, I'm glad that you asked this question, Rosie, because mostly people feel that if they are in the field of education, one, that they will not get paid very well, and two, that they will not have many avenues rather than only teaching. It is not true. I want to talk about this कि ये बिल्कुल गलत है कि टीचिंग की फील्ड में या एजुकेशन की फील्ड में, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट एजुकेशन एज अ फील्ड। सो एजुकेशन की फील्ड में अगर आप आ रहे हैं, यूर यंग एडल्ट, जैसे अब हम लोग ऑफर करने वाले हैं, we are going to be inshallah launching a certificate program.
Sadiya, if you don't mind, 𝗙𝗪𝗱 साहब alumni हमारे हैं, he is waiting for his turn because he has to go for Tarabi.
Sure.
So
we will carry this same question after he has spoken. ठीक है।
Because तो Rosie, वो जो आपका question था ना, like related to research and all these things, so kindly ask 𝗙𝗪𝗱 साहब.
Yes, if we can have 𝗙𝗪𝗱 साहब. Assalamu alaikum 𝗙𝗪𝗱 साहब. How are you, sir?
Walaikum salam.
Okay. Sir, 𝗙𝗪𝗱 is alumni of SZABIST University and currently working as a director, Karachi Institute of Management and Sciences. Sir, you have your research papers are published, you are doing your PhD. So how do you think that these research courses are helping the students at SZABIST to pursue their career, to go for their research, writing the research papers and all that? कैसे हेल्प कर रहे हैं ये कोर्सेज जो हैं, रिसर्च के कोर्सेज हमारे बच्चों को?
Ms. Rozi, thank you for taking me in your program. And I think personally my experience was that after MS, PhD is very easy for me, and I have started my proposal and I have started other courses, but I have no difficulty in doing research or doing preparing my proposal for. So I think MS program is very helpful before PhD program. And as Dr. Najm and Dr. Najm mentioned that MS is a must program for PhD. So without MS, we cannot go for PhD. And this is my personal experience. I would suggest for all of my friends to do MS, then go for PhD.
Yes, sir. So your research papers are published, and just pertaining to ZABIST University, how these courses have helped you in writing your research papers and in publishing?
Research paper. I have written research papers. Dr. Najmunnisa have helped me a lot. He was my mentor, and she was my mentor, and she has been with me in every step. So I'm very thankful to her. And without her help, I would not be able to write my research paper. And all
I
these
can
steps, yes,
second you. I can
yes,
second you,
and
because these days she is working with me for my research paper, and she's looking into all these nitty gritty. So it's
and she
Zeb's
is,
mentoring.
yes.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
she is
Yes, sir,
also
please go
available.
ahead.
She is
Hmm.
also available at any
Hmm.
time. So that is, I
Hmm.
think, ZABIST having Dr. Najm is a very good opportunity for students. So
Thank you.
I would like to add some of my comments also.
Yes, sir, please. Please, sir.
Choosing ZABIST for
Hmm.
my study was one of the best decision I have ever made, because ZABIST doesn't just give you a degree in education. They prepare you to use everything you learn in your future. For example, I have learned lesson planning and unit planning. These are the very basic concepts, but I have learned them in my MS program in a very professional way, in my curriculum development course, and assessment techniques in assessment and evaluation course. So after this course, the assessment and evaluation course, I have learned how to prepare learning outcomes, how to prepare question paper, subjective question, objective questions, and especially how to make a rubric for subjective question. So these skills I have learned in ZABIS, and I have applied them in my own organization. And I would like to add one of my other course, educational leadership, which was offered by Dr. Sadiya Durrani. So I have developed my strategic planning skills in that course, and I have developed a plan for my organization and implemented in my own organization. That was because of the that course, educational leadership. So I am thankful to all of my teachers and
Hmm.
ZABIST. Thank you, ZABIST.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your input. And yes, you are right, because whatever we are learning at ZEBIST is applicable in our daily life, in our professional career. This is the highlight, and this is very important. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us in from you and taking out time from your busy schedule. So, can we have Miss Sadia again, if you are here? If we can connect to the same question.
Yes, so Altaf, I was listening to your conversation. Thank you so much. It has been so many years, that I taught Altaf, and I've like literally forgotten कि हमने इस पे कोई strategic planning बनाई थी. लेकिन yes, now that you have mentioned it, I remember that I had made all of you make strategic plans, and they were an attempt. As I told you, Rosie, कि हम अपने कोर्स में क्या करते हैं, so हम कोशिश यही होती है कि इस तरह का कंटेंट डिजाइन किया जाए कि उसकी एक एक्शन के ऊपर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हो, सो इनके साथ जो एक्शन प्लान बनाया गया था लीडरशिप के कोर्स के अंदर, दैट वाज अबाउट हाउ they view themselves from now onward when they end their degree. How do they see themselves within 5 years or maybe 2 years or 3 years or 4 years? तो इन्होंने उसी वक्त अपनी प्लानिंग कर ली थी, on which I gave them feedback, and I'm so happy to hear that Altaf is still following that, and he remembers that. So thank you, Altaf. बहुत अच्छा लगा ये सुन के. So coming back to your question, Rosie, if you could remind me what the question was. I was so engrossed in listening.
My question was that where are the placement of these people and the teachers who are
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
the
yeah.
educational degree? So what
Right,
other
right.
than teaching they do have?
बिल्कुल. अच्छा, तो मैं अब जो है ना सबको ये समझाती हूँ, अपनी बेटियों से स्टार्ट करती हूँ. व्हेन आई टेल देम यू शुड गेट इनटू टीचिंग एंड एजुकेशन की फील्ड में, और दे लाइक अम्मा नहीं, एजुकेशन की फील्ड के अंदर कौन से अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, मुझे टीचिंग नहीं करनी. दैट इज व्हाट पीपल से. आई डोंट वांट टू एंड अप बीइंग अ टीचर. आई डोंट नो. आई मीन वी नीड टू काइंड ऑफ जो एक शैडो आ गया टीचिंग की प्रोफेशन के ऊपर, एक इस चीज का कि जी टीचर्स आर टीचिंग इज अ जॉब जो कि जब मिलती है जब और कुछ करने को नहीं होता. या वो लोग टीचिंग में आ जाते हैं जो कुछ और नहीं कर रहे होते. Unfortunately, this has been the case for a very, very long time. And sad to say, but it's a truth and a hard truth that we have to admit, which is again an endeavor that SZABIST is now, the Department of Education is now trying to change. And why am I here for the last 6 years? And I'm sure all my other faculty as well, is because we have this drive and this passion to change this concept of teachers not being trained, or coming into the field of education ऐसे ही क्योंकि आपके पास कुछ और करने को नहीं है. So ये जो एक कॉन्सेप्ट है वो हमने चेंज करना है. तो मैं यंग बच्चों को हमेशा यही समझाती हूँ कि शायद मैं भी टीचिंग की फील्ड में यही सोच के आई थी कि चलिए जी ज्यादा से ज्यादा जी मैंने पढ़ा लेना है बच्चों को और शायद मैं कभी कोई स्कूल हेड बन जाऊं. Because I also came into the profession by chance. It wasn't by my choice. But once I was here, I started loving what I'm doing, and I didn't want to go back. Right. So I left back my first master's, which was in IR, and I left my banking job as well, and I came full time into education. And when I started, I kind of grew with all the opportunities that my leaders gave me. अब यहाँ क्या आपके सवाल पे आ रही हूँ. अब क्या opportunities है? Teaching, of course. One main thing is that you can get into the teaching profession. आजकल बहुत अच्छे schools हैं, privately and publicly भी. मैं बताऊँ आपको कि लोगों के पास एक गलत ये दिमाग के अंदर impression बना हुआ है कि जी गवर्नमेंट schools की टीचर्स को अच्छी पेज नहीं मिलती, उनकी हेड्स को बहुत अच्छा पे स्केल है. ठीक है, हेड्स आर गेटिंग 1-1.5 लाख रुपए आराम से, कहीं नहीं. The teachers are getting, old teachers जो कि उनकी अच्छी grades हैं, उनके अच्छे पे स्केल्स हैं, they are getting a lot of benefits if you are a teacher. बहुत सारी jobs आई हैं पब्लिक सेक्टर के अंदर अभी अर्ली चाइल्डहुड एजुकेशन के अंदर, और रिलैक्स किए गए रूल्स. मैं अपनी यंग टीचर्स को कहती हूँ get into those fields and make a career for yourself. So एक तो आपके पास गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में जाने की बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है इन टीचिंग. ठीक है, प्राइवेट सेक्टर के अंदर जाने की टीचिंग के अंदर अगेन बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. You're working half day, you're getting so many jobs, you can give time as a woman to your family. तो टीचिंग में आना भी कोई बुरी बात नहीं है. If you're a teacher, if you're teaching in a good reputable school that has a good qualified team, I think you are good to go when you're starting your career. So एक तो आप टीचिंग में जा सकते हैं. Secondly, आप एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में जाएं. आप कोऑर्डिनेटर बन सकते हैं, आप एडमिन बन सकते हैं, आप एग्जामिनेशन ऑफिसर बन सकते हैं. I mean, there's so many things that one can do within the school realm. ठीक है ना. थर्ड चीज, आप काउंसलिंग में जा सकते हैं. अभी किसी ने एक सवाल पूछा था जी साइकोलॉजी, तो एजुकेशनल साइकोलॉजी का क्या है. तो साइकोलॉजी का ये है कि जी अगर आप टीनेज साइकोलॉजी पढ़ लें, अगर आप चाइल्ड साइकोलॉजी पढ़ लें, अगर आप ओवरऑल साइकोलॉजी काउंसलिंग कर लें, तो आपको कितने ज्यादा चांसेस हैं. अब आजकल स्कूल्स के अंदर भी एक बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग कॉन्सेप्ट चल रहा है ऑफ काउंसलर्स बीइंग पार्ट ऑफ द स्कूल टीम. आप काउंसलर बन जाएं, आप एजुकेशनल साइकोलॉजी पढ़ के काउंसलिंग की साइड पे आ जाएं. दैट इज अनदर ऑप्शन दैट यू हैव. फोर्थ ऑप्शन इज टीचर ट्रेनिंग. ठीक है ना, कंसल्टेंसीज, एजुकेशनल कंसल्टेंसीज. आई एम ऑल्सो एन एजुकेशनल कंसल्टेंट. आई एम कंसल्टिंग विद ब्रिटिश काउंसिल, आई एम कंसल्टिंग विद स्कूल्स. I have been offered a job at Cambridge consultancy for consultancy very recently. So consultancies में आप जा सकते हैं. बहुत सारे गवर्नमेंट के प्रोजेक्ट्स आते हैं जिनके ऊपर उनको टेक्स्ट बुक राइटर्स चाहिए होते हैं, उनको रिव्यूअर्स चाहिए होते हैं, मॉड्यूल डेवलपर्स चाहिए होते हैं. तो अगर आपकी राइटिंग स्किल अच्छी है और आप एजुकेशन में हैं तो आप टेक्स्ट बुक डेवलपमेंट की तरफ जा सकते हैं. ठीक है, आप किसी एक एनजीओ के साथ अपने आप को प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर जो है वो इन्वॉल्व कर सकते हैं. बहुत सारे सेक्टर्स हैं, बहुत सारी एनजीओज हैं हु आर वर्किंग फॉर द सोशल एंड डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर इन एजुकेशन. आप उनके साथ जाके जॉब कर लें. वो भी गवर्नमेंट की बहुत सारी जॉब्स हैं. हमारे बहुत सारे पीएचडी और एमएस के स्टूडेंट्स जो हैं दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम द डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर विच इज द एनजीओ सेक्टर. तो आपको इस तरह की जॉब्स मिल सकती हैं. एंड सो यू नो द पॉसिबिलिटीज आर एंडलेस. एंड ऑल्सो आई लाइक टू से, आपने स्कॉलरशिप्स की बात की रोजी, आपको पता है एजुकेशन फील्ड के अंदर इतनी स्कॉलरशिप्स मिलती हैं, इतनी स्कॉलरशिप. इनफैक्ट व्हेन आई डिड माय मास्टर्स आई वेंट ऑन अ fully funded, fully paid scholarship for a year and a half to Australia. तो क्योंकि ये एक डेवलपमेंट फील्ड है इसलिए इसके अंदर आपको अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी ज्यादा मिलती हैं. ठीक है ना. इट इज नॉट अ मनी मेकिंग फील्ड, इट इज अ फील्ड वेयर यू आर गिविंग बैक टू योर सोसाइटी, यू आर पुटिंग इन योर बेस्ट एंड देन यू गेट इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज एज वेल, इफ यू कैन एक्सेल इन द फील्ड. तो एक नहीं, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं दैट वन कैन गेट इनटू. उसके अलावा मैं आपको बताऊं, अब तो teaching English as a foreign language again has come up and emerged as such a huge field. So if you are doing your masters in education, आपको उसके अंदर भी, या बीएड अगर आपने कर लिया या आपने एमएस पीएचडी कर लिया एजुकेशन में, तो आप उस फील्ड के अंदर भी जा सकते हैं. राइट। बहुत बड़ी बड़ी वेल पेइंग जॉब्स इस वक्त मौजूद हैं इन द गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर, जहाँ पे प्रोजेक्ट्स चल रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट के एजुकेशन के अंदर। तो दिस इज नॉट ओनली टीचिंग एंड अ क्लासरूम एंड अ स्कूल, ये हमारा बॉल गेम नहीं है। वी हैव अ ह्यूज फील्ड टू प्ले ऑन, यू नो। आई थिंक पीपल जस्ट डोंट रियलाइज दैट, पीपल नीड टू नो दैट। एंड हमारा ये, मेरा ख्याल है, वन ऑफ द endeavors from the webinars that we do is to make people aware कि जी, एक अगर आपने बीएड कर लिया तो इंटरनेशनली, आपने पूछा, डॉक्टर नजम ने अभी समझाया, इंटरनेशनली आपको इस डिग्री का बहुत फायदा है। आपका पीएचडी हो गया, आपको बहुत फायदा है, राइट। सो यू कैन गेट इनटू डायरेक्टर पोस्ट एट स्कूल्स एंड देयर बोर्ड्स एंड यू नो व्हाट नॉट। सो देयर एंडलेस पॉसिबिलिटीज।
अच्छा सादिया, I just wanted to add one thing here. as you also discussed कि हमारे जो कोर्सेज हैं वो बहुत प्रैक्टिकल इन नेचर के हैं। हम थियरी के साथ साथ सारी चीजें बड़ी प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट्स को लेके एक्शन ओरिएंटेड हमारा जो कोर्सेज हैं वो है। हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ लेक्चर बेस्ड हमारी टीचिंग नहीं है। एंड दिस विल बी कंफर्म बाय स्टूडेंट्स एज वेल। तो ये जो हम ड्यूरिंग कोर्सेज हम रियलाइज कराते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को कि एमएस इज और बीएड और मास्टर्स इज नॉट ओनली अ डिग्री, इट ओपन्स अ लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर यू। और जब हम उनको डिफरेंट कोर्सेज में डिफरेंट स्किल्स उनको दे रहे होते हैं तो उनके लिए हम बता रहे होते हैं कि फील्ड्स क्या क्या हैं। एज you know, you are doing one course with me, professional development and management, and the other course is monitoring and evaluation. तो इसके अलावा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेवलपमेंट का हमारा कोर्स, चेंज मैनेजमेंट का कोर्स, करिकुलम डेवलपमेंट, असेसमेंट, ऑल दीज कोर्सेज आर वेरी प्रैक्टिकल इन नेचर। तो खुद ब खुद हमारे स्टूडेंट्स ये रियलाइज करते हैं कि टीचिंग इज नॉट ओनली द ऑप्शन। और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारी स्टूडेंट बॉडी भी बड़ी डाइवर्स है। तो आपके पास कुछ स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो वेट कर रहे हैं एंड दे वांटेड टू शेयर एक्चुअली
अच्छा डॉक्टर, जब
देयर
एक चीज मैं यहाँ
एक्सपीरियंस।
ऐड प्लीज करना
जी
चाहूंगी
जी
कि
प्लीज
ये
जी।
जो, अगेन आई वुड लाइक टू रीटरेट द फैक्ट कि जी, टीचिंग, आई थिंक वन ऑफ द बेस्ट थिंग्स दैट आई एम डूइंग इज टीचिंग, यू नो।
यस
व्हेन यू आर कनेक्टिंग विद you know, a pool of people who are coming from different sectors, there is
यस
so much synergy and there is so much of energy that you get from them. So every week, you know, जाहिर सी बात है, जब एक जॉब होती है ना, एक नेचुरल बात है कि आप थक भी जाते हो, आप कभी कभी कहते हो यार क्या, यू नो, फिर क्लास लेनी पड़ेगी। दैट इज देयर बिकॉज दैट इज ह्यूमन, यू नो। बट आई कैन सो सेफली से एंड आई कैन सो कॉन्फिडेंटली से that after I finish my class, I am more energetic than I was when I go into my class. Whether it is online, trust me, whether it is online, whether it is on campus. So, you know, teaching एक ये वाहिद profession है जिसके end of the day या end of the session you feel more energetic than you were. ठीक है, थकन भी
और
So
बहुत,
rewarding.
लेकिन
Yes.
और
payback है,
हाँ
payback
इट
बहुत
इज
है. I would
इट
never want to
इज
leave teaching.
यस इट इज रिवॉर्डिंग इन दिस सेंस एज वेल
Yes.
कि दिस इज द ओनली प्रोफेशन जब लोग आपको बगैर वजह के सलाम करते हैं। दिस इज द ओनली
So
प्रोफेशन।
true.
यानी आपने
Yeah.
आपके पास से उनका मतलब खत्म हो गया, कोर्सेज खत्म
Yeah.
हो गए, उसके बावजूद भी दे रिस्पेक्ट यू। दिस इज द ओनली प्रोफेशन। आप देखिए बाकी सारे जितने प्रोफेशंस हैं लोग सिर्फ काम से ही मिलते हैं। उनको कोई गर्ज होती है तो देन दे गो टू देयर ऑफिसेज एंड देन यू नो उनसे बात करते हैं। लेकिन हमारा प्रोफेशन ऐसा है कि लोग आपसे बगैर गरज के भी मिलते हैं। तो दैट्स व्हाई you know, I have high regards for teaching as a career, and I always ask my students कि इसको इश्क समझ के ही करना है। I always, you know, in love with this the teaching profession. So I
बिल्कुल.
am in love with
Yes.
this teaching profession.
Yes, बिल्कुल.
मतलब बगैर इश्क के तो
Yes.
ये हो ही नहीं सकता ये काम।
बिल्कुल
नहीं
सही
जी
है.
डॉक्टर
आप
नजम,
प्लीज रोजी। हाँ
आपकी इश्क की दास्तान तो आपके स्टूडेंट्स सुना सकते हैं। वी बीइंग योर स्टूडेंट्स, वी आर फुल्ली एंगेज।
हाँ
मतलब 5-5 घंटे कंटिन्यूअसली, वन आफ्टर द अनदर क्लास, बट वी आर सो एंगेज। और
Yeah.
हम जो बात कर रहे थे अभी पीडी की कोर्सेज की, मतलब कोर्स नहीं पढ़ाया जाता, वी आर लर्निंग हाउ टू डेवलप अ मॉड्यूल, and this is what we are learning and that we can implement in our in future in our careers. So for that I think we would like to take, if we take Dr. Saira on board. She is she has a vast experience of teaching at city school, 11 years, a wonderful profile. I'll not go in detail about your profile, otherwise it will take a lot of time. Dr. Saira, you are currently doing your BA, So just tell me that how this is helping you in your professional career, and has it changed your perspective after doing that?
Thank you so very much, Ms. Rozi. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. So, reflecting back, if I think back about my time when I stepped into SZABIST way back in February 2020, I did not know that I would be a transformed person. I did not know that when I would come out of it in June 2021, and believe me, I'm not looking forward to the end of this VED program. It has been an amazing learning journey. But what have I learned? I have learned to be a critical thinker. I have understood the educational psychology. I have seen a lot of educational styles. I did not know I had an educational style. And this all I have learned. Reflective practicing. How do you reflect? How do you make people realize, even students, realize the importance of reflection? Then coming forward, I thought I had never realized that we could be we would be teaching people how to make tests. So testing and evaluation, could that be a course? I wondered. But then whatever I have
Hello.
learned is amazing. That we need
Hello.
to strike a balance between the subjective and the objective part. There are so many genres of the objective part. Nobody knows that, but learning it, learning by experience is something that then learning it by really being taught how to go about it in a realistic way is what I have learned. Being a digital learner and being a 21st century learner, I realize now that we cannot live without ICT. And hence there's this course, ICT in Education, which has totally transformed me. If I talk about flipped learning, let me talk about 21st century skills, let me talk about Bloom's taxonomy. I realize that we have to unlearn quite a few things that we have learned over these years, experiential learning, and even through professional development courses and stepping in BEd for this program. I realized that I need to unlearn quite a lot of things and then relearn. And hence my
Thank
journey
you.
has been really tremendously amazing. I'd like to
Thank
pay
you.
I'd like to pay tribute to my two teachers who are here in this show and the others who are
Thank
not.
you.
So each one of them has been an amazing mentor for us. So day
Thank
in
you.
and day out, we keep waiting for the other courses and other classes. And
Thank you, Dr. Saira. Thank you for your input. Your eyes are speaking a lot. That satisfaction is there in your eyes. So we'll
believe
take now Rizwana on board. We are running short of time. So thank you so much for your input. Rizwana is currently doing her MS-ELM, a very good friend of mine. She's my class fellow. Rizwana, you are in the field of publication. So just enlighten us how these courses are helping and what is the scope in publication for the young learners.
Thank you, Rosie. First of all, I would like to thank the entire team of SZABIST and respective faculty for providing me with an opportunity to speak in this webinar. Joining publishing company has provided me with a wonderful experience. It has given me to great exposure in a way to work with schools, different authors, and publishers around the world. So it's an entirely different experience. As far as concerned with my professional qualification, I must say the courses I have done from SZABIST so far, for example, organizational development, learning leadership and management, monitoring and evaluation. All courses have boosted my pace of work and has improved my skills to understand the concept of every area. I second Ms. Sadiya. It is very necessary to equip ourselves with latest pedagogies, updates related to education. So far, my MS program is bridging towards my career. I have learned a lot to do a proper monitoring and evaluation plan with the help of this subject. In the same way, the subject taught by Ms. Sadiya, organizational development, I have learned how to cope up with the organizational issues, how to design different effective interventions for organization as being a part of my organization. In the same way, you are a part of professional development with me, and we are learning from Dr. Najmunnisa how to make a proper module, as we are working very closely with the schools to conduct a product or orientation workshops for them. So I am learning as well how to create a modules and how to set objectives for the school according their requirement. So again, thank you for my teachers, especially thanks to Dr. Najmunnisa and Ms. Sadiya being
Thank
a part
you.
of our journey. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Rizwana. If we can have Saima Masood, she is an alumni of ZABIST University, and she is head at Educational Base School. How are you, Saima? I hope you are fine. Saima, you need to unmute yourself, please.
All right.
Thank
Can
you
you hear
so
me?
much. Yeah, I can. Thank you so much,
Assalamualaikum.
Saima. Walaikum assalam.
Thank you
Saima,
for
tell
having
us
me.
tell us what are the opportunities other than learning ZABIST is providing. How was your experience at ZABIST?
Okay, the most important opportunity is self-exploration. You get to know your own self, like your own talents, your own potentials. You can brush up your knowledge. I mean, there's so many things that are happening on everyday basis. Like there's so many changes. We as education, I've been in the field of education for more than a decade now. But there's so many things that I actually learn in ZABIST. Like first of all, the diversified environment. Like coming to ZABIT, it was very difficult for me because I was a working mother and my child was 1.5 years old. So I thought it might be really difficult for me. But it was like so homely environment. Like the teachers were there, like they were like your best mentors. I must thank Miss Sadiya and Miss Najmunnisa for always being there. They were the best of the guides. They were always there, and especially when you're taking up a course and you're learning, because we were the first batch of Alhamdulillah for the education department, and we really worked as a team. And all the courses that are offered here, I mean, they are not academically taught, but they're really practically, worthwhile, because you get to learn about the conflict resolution. And the day-to-day affair that happens in our life, and then it's all practical in ways that they used to make you do it. We did role play. We had an awesome time, working with the teachers, working with students, getting to know our own self while being a professional. There's so much learning that taking place that you were able to implement with your students at the management level, like in every aspect.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Saima, for your input. If we can have Mr. Mohammed Roshan here. So, Mr. Mohammed Roshan is at Sindh Education Foundation and serving as a visiting faculty at ZABIST University. How are you, Sir Roshan? I hope you are fine.
I'm doing well. Thank you, Ms. Rozi. As you have already introduced me, I would like to just repeat that I did my MS in Educational Leadership and Management from ZABIST in 2018. And currently I'm working with the Education Foundation in its programs and planning department. So this is a brief introduction of mine.
That's great, sir. Sir, tell us about the opportunities we do have at public sectors.
As far as your question is concerned, there are a number of opportunities in the public sector if you're a qualified, educator. And these opportunities basically range from teaching to teacher training, and from curriculum development and design to, educational research, and obviously from, monitoring and evaluation as well. So I would like to just focus, however, I would like to focus on 4 key areas in the public sector. There are a number of, career opportunities. Obviously, the first one is teaching. After every few years, school education and literacy department announce the teaching positions at different, levels. Recently, the education of, early childhood education teachers and primary school teachers, junior school teachers, and high school teachers. These are the different opportunities. If you're done B.Ed or M.Ed or M education, you can easily join, teaching in the public sector, in the government sector, as a teacher. And the second, it's also, you can also become a lecturer at college level in the elementary colleges, in the college education department. So in the teaching side, these are the different opportunities that one can have. And the second important area where you can, if you're a qualified, educator, you can find a number of opportunities in the public sector. That is basically monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring and evaluation is one of the important, area on which the education and literacy department in all the 4 provinces are basically working and trying to strengthen that department. In that department, if we specifically talk about the monitoring mechanism at the school level, education level, in the context of Sindh province, if you look back in last 5 to 6 years, the education and literacy department has already appointed 2 to 3 different badges of field monitors. As you know that B.Ed in B.Ed and MA education, and even at MS educational leadership and management program, monitoring and evaluation, school monitoring and evaluation is one of the important subjects that is offered and taught. So if you have already learned about that subject, and if you have understanding of that subject, in the public sector, you can go to the monitoring side as well. This is the second important area. Even I think before 3 or 4 months, the school education and literacy department also announced a number of positions for the field monitors. This is the second important major area where there are a number of opportunities to seek your career. And the third important area, if you're a trained educator and you want to pursue your career in this field of teachers training, every province has a teacher training institute or teacher training and teacher education institute known as PITE, Provincial Institute of Teacher Education. If you have done your B.Ed, you have done your MA education, if you've done your MSc in educational leadership and management, and if you want to join the training side and you want to be the part of teacher education, then you can join these institutions in the public sector, where you can obviously find you can become a trainer for different subjects and pedagogies as well. This was the third important area where there are a number of opportunities to become a teacher educator and to become a trainer as well. And the fourth one is very important. That is basically educational research. Obviously, curriculum development is also working actively in all the 4 provinces. 𝗘𝗗𝗨𝗖𝗔𝗍𝗍 is one of the important department of school education literacy department. So in the curriculum side, in the textbook series side, in the PITE, I mean teacher education side, and at school level as well, you can find a number of opportunities in terms of research. I remember before 6 or 7 months, there were different positions of academic researchers in Sindh textbook board, and the mandatory criteria for that was you must have a degree in education, be it MA education, be it educational leadership and management. These are the 4 important areas or key areas where a number of opportunities are announced after every few months or years, in fact. Besides this, there are also, if you're interested in becoming the curriculum developer, if you're very good at writing textbooks, then you can also join the textbook series. Like Sindh Textbook Board is also a separate unit of the education department. You can also join curriculum wing, and you can become a curriculum designer or a curriculum reviewer, and that is also one of the areas where there are a number of opportunities to seek your career in. These are the briefly speaking, these are the few of the important areas. Besides that, one of the important department, or one of the important organ of education department in all the 4 provinces is the foundations, or you can say education foundations. In each province we have education foundations. In Punjab we have Punjab Education Foundation, in Sindh we have Sindh Education Foundation, then Balochistan Education Foundation, and Frontier Education Foundation. These foundations are the second main body after the education literacy department, which are working heavily in the field of education. There are different departments in all these foundations. Like you can go if you want to go in the side of research, you can go in the research side, you can join teachers training side, you can go in the assessment side, and also in policy making side. So these are obviously these are the part of education department, and these are considered as public sector organizations. Therefore, I believe these are the number of the opportunities for any person who has done B.Ed or M.Ed or is pursuing MS educational leadership and management can easily join them. Last but not the least, the most important, that is, if you are interested in joining the educational management and administration side, and then you have also opportunity to become the part of public sector. The first one is, if you have already done a degree in education management, be it masters or be it MS, then if you want to become the head teacher, you can also become, because I recently, before 6 months, the education literacy department announced 1,500 positions of head teachers, and these head teachers positions are of grade 17, BPS 17. So this is one of the positions through which you can join the field of education in education management side. Then also there are positions of TEOs, Talca education officers, then ADEOs, assistant district education officer. These are administrative or managerial positions that you can join, after. But the important thing that I would like to mention here, if you go through or look at the recruitment policies for teachers, for head teachers, for TEOs and ADEOs, you'll find that the degrees, professional degrees of education like B.Ed, MA education, and MSc these are the mandatory degrees. These are the important parts of these areas. In addition to,
Thank you.
not only make you eligible to join these services, but they also prepare you to qualify the recruitment process of these different jobs. Thank you so much, Rozi.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time and wonderful information shared. If we can have, would you like to add anything here, Dr. Najm?
I just wanted to say thanks to Roshan, because Roshan has explained in a very detailed manner the
Yes.
opportunities which are available in the field of education after doing masters and MS in educational leadership and management. And yes, nowadays jobs are announced and students must apply for these government jobs along with their, because we are living in a comfort zone. Private sector jobs, we are very comfortable, but we should apply for the government sectors as well, because government sector also needs competent and hardworking employees like you people. So we should apply for government jobs as well. And Roshan is a very brilliant student. He was supposed to be a brilliant student. Roshan did his IRS with me. दो अभी तक मुझे उससे बड़ी शिकायत है कि रोशन ने अभी तक अपनी IRS पब्लिश नहीं कराई. He did wonderful job. इतना अच्छा इन्होंने रिसर्च की, बट अभी तक इसने पब्लिश नहीं कराई. बट ही इज अ ग्रेट टीचर और स्टूडेंट भी बहुत अच्छे थे. तो हमारे ऐसे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिनके अंदर ये पोटेंशियल है कि ही कैन सर्व इन एट हायर एजुकेशन लेवल एज वेल. सो आप सब लोगों के लिए अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं. ZABIST इज ओपन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. You may join us as part of the education department. Thank you very much. But after 1 year of your degree, not before this.
Yeah, this is very, very important. And yes, you are right, Dr. Najm. Wonderful opportunities are here at ZABIST. And thank you, Roshan, for sharing a details about that public sectors which most of the people don't know. Yeah.
Yes. So आपके पास हुमैरा है. हुमैरा is also so
yeah.
you may call. इसके अलावा you have
Humaira and Huma, and Huma is here. But first
जी.
we'll take Humaira and then we'll go to Huma. So Humaira, you are also part of Sindh Education Foundation. So please let us know what is the role of Sindh Education Foundation and how is your role? How do you see your scope and role there?
Okay. Thank you so much, and thank you, Roshan. We have given a very good brief introduction of SCF. Currently, like what SCF do, SCF provides a free quality educations to all children around the world. We follow the Article 25A, free education for all. And we have almost 3 lakh students on board. And those we are educating in different districts of Sindh. And we are working on 32 districts of Sindh, different schools we have, and we support them through government funds. And Sindh Education provides free trainings to the teachers, provides assessments, monitoring and evaluation, and we also provide quality education to students as well. So what SCF does, SCF help not only students and teachers, but it also help others to work. What I have learned from ZABIST, I have implemented that into the schools. इस तरह से कि हमने जब ZABIST स्टार्ट किया था, मैंने ZABIST में MS एजुकेशन लीडरशिप मैनेजमेंट, तो तब भी हम बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे थे. लेकिन यहाँ पे जैसे हमने लीडरशिप का कोर्स किया, हमने रिसर्च का कोर्स किया, हमने असेसमेंट का किया, तो हमने डिफरेंट एरियाज और डोमेन्स देखे और उनको हमने जब लर्न किया तो उनको हमने इम्प्लीमेंट किया अपने स्कूल में एज वेल. करंटली कराची रीजन के अंदर हमारे पास 250 स्कूल्स जो बिल्कुल वर्किंग, जिनको हम डायरेक्टली मॉनिटर भी कर रहे हैं, देख भी रहे हैं और बच्चों के साथ इंटरेक्ट भी कर रहे हैं। तो वी ट्राई कि वट एवर वी हैव लर्न फ्रॉम ज़ेबिस्ट वो हम वहाँ पे इम्प्लीमेंट करें। ज़ेबिस्ट से या और ये है कि नॉट ओनली कि हम बच्चों में वो रिफ्लेक्शन देखें, हम टीचर्स में भी वो रिफ्लेक्शन देखते हैं। हमारी ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग्स भी होती थी ड्यू टू कोविड। बिकॉज ऑफ द कोविड बहुत ज़्यादा गैप आया। गैप आने की वजह से हम लोग डायरेक्टली इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर सके टीचर्स के साथ। लेकिन जैसे हमने यहाँ पे भी ऐसे इधर ज़ेबिस्ट में भी लर्न किया ऑनलाइन किस तरीके से अपना काम करना है, और हमने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के साथ मिलकर टीचर्स को ऑन बोर्ड लिया ऑनलाइन। हमने उनकी ट्रेनिंग कराई हाउ टू यूज इंटरनेट फैसिलिटी एंड किस तरीके से आप ऑनलाइन होकर ट्रेनिंग्स कर सकते हैं, और फिर हमने बच्चों को ऑन बोर्ड किया। That was very challenging for us.
That's great. That's great. That learning which you have done at ZABIST,
Yeah,
you have
online भी training हमने
implemented.
बहुत कराई।
बहुत काम आता है. That's great.
Yeah.
So if we can have our last participant with us, Huma Imran. Huma is working as an educational consultant. Huma, yes, how is ZABIST, whatever you have learned at ZABIST is helping you in your professional career?
Yes, Assalamualaikum, Rozi. I have started with ZABIST at the, you can say, very mature stage of my career. So I have already done my MBA in education from CBM, and then later on I joined a PhD program. But whatever I learned, it's great. It refresh whatever I have learned before and whatever I'm doing in professional life. Apart from that, all the new strategies and everything I have learned from my teachers, especially from Dr. Fatima and Dr. Najmunnisa, and there are few many teachers over there also. So I'm working as an education expert and an advisor for government also, and for different organizations also. For example, I'm education expert in HANDS International, heading their EMO project, Education Management Organization project. It is a flagship project of, you can say, USAID, one of the project of USAID. So here we have to manage USAID built school funded by government and managed by private organization, those who went through the huge bidding process, very transparent, and then later on they are handed over to private sector. And they have to just take all the teachers also, government teachers, and include some more private sector teachers, and then you have to run it. Apart from that, there is a huge teachers training program going over there, and I have worked with these others organization, TRC and Angro and MSI and different organizations. So leading position is that whatever I have learned in ZABIST and other universities, so obviously we are implementing over here. What I have to suggest and give few tips to the students who are working right now, or who are in their mid-career, that how they can become the education experts, or how can they become education consultants. So they have to, first of all, they have to take a lot of variety of experience from different organizations. For example, I started my career from the city school. I worked with city school for more than 10 years as a teacher in different capacity. And then I worked for British Council and PDC and so on and so on. So you have to learn all the variety present in education system. You have to understand the development sector. You have to understand the private sector schooling, the public sector schooling. Then what is the system behind that? How we run provincial level of education. What are the policy? How you match policies with the laws? How you implement? So you have to learn all these things. And then basically, then you have to come to school audit and schooling system. And you have to improve your academic writing, your communication skills, if you want to become a champion in your field. So very rightly said by Sadiya and other participants, that education is not that field that you have to look down upon, that there is only teaching.
Yes.
We all are the examples for our other class fellows and our other professional mates. That there are opportunity and they can mint money also. They can gain positions also in society and in your own field. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thank you so much, Huma, and all the alumni and the ones those who are currently sharing their experiences with us. Before we conclude and end, I just would like Dr. Najm and Ms. Sadiya to be on board. So this is giving us, being the existing students, Ms. Sadiya and Dr. Najam, a sense of satisfaction that ZABIST is the right place for us. And through this, we invite all the other students to enroll themselves in this program. So if anything you would like to add, Ms. Sadiya?
Thank you, Rosie. I really enjoyed the thread of alumni that joined us, and it was so good to see our students. और मुझे एक बात पे हंसी भी आ रही थी, और ये है कि बट आई थिंक टीचिंग का प्रोफेशन एक ऐसा है, डॉक्टर नजम ने और मैंने अपने स्टूडेंट्स को स्पेशली कहा था कि प्लीज किसी का नाम नहीं लेंगे, किसी की तारीफ नहीं करेंगे, ओवरऑल डिपार्टमेंट की बात करनी है. बट आई थिंक एक टीचिंग और एक टीचर से आपका ऐसा रिलेशनशिप होता है, और मेरा ख्याल है कि आप ऑटोमेटिकली जो है ना ऑब्लाइज्ड हो जाते हैं. और इट्स सो गुड टू हियर और एंड आल्सो गुड टू सी सो मेनी ऑफ माय स्टूडेंट्स हु आई हैवंट मेट इन सो मेनी इयर्स, लाइक रिजवाना, आपसे मैं इतने अरसे के बाद मैंने आपको देखा. साइमा मसूद, आपको मैंने इतने अरसे के बाद देखा, एंड अल्ताफ वाज देयर. रोशन से मैं मिलती रहती हूँ बिकॉज रोशन इज पार्ट ऑफ आवर फैकल्टी नाउ. Dr. Saira is studying with me at present as well. So, but it's great to see all of you, and I feel so proud of the fact that you all are doing so much benefit to the education sector now. So it is fantastic. This whole session has been very heartwarming for me, and I'm glad that we called our alumni. उसके अलावा I think from my side बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सबका for everyone who tuned in with us, and I hope that towards the end we have been able to give the message. Basically आज का message क्या है कि career prospects क्या है. अगर आप एक educational degree लेना चाहते हैं तो आप क्यों invest करें. अब हमने बहुत इस पे बात कर लिया. I hope people have realized the fact that they will, if not anything, they will become much better than what they are right now as people, as professionals, and they will find themselves in better places. We promise that. So if you're with us in our department, we promise you mentorship, we promise you coaching, we promise you one-on-one interaction and so many opportunities. और डॉक्टर नजम जो है वो उनका एक जो विजन है वो मुझे पता है कि वो कहती है नहीं जी हर कोर्स में कोई ना कोई जो है नेटवर्किंग का काम होना चाहिए, कोई ना कोई प्रोजेक्ट होना चाहिए. So it's a department that is a small one but doing so many things that you will be surprised कि हम क्या क्या 3 से 4 लोग permanent faculty में हैं, but so much that is going on, and I'm proud to be a part of our program. So thank you.
और मैं यहाँ पे एक बात और ऐड करना चाहूंगी सादिया कि अदर डिस्पाइट ऑफ दिस फैक्ट कि टीचिंग इज नॉट सपोज टू बी कंसिडर्ड मनी मेकिंग जॉब, लेकिन ये सबसे ज्यादा मनी मेकिंग प्रोफेशन है.
That's true.
सबसे ज्यादा मनी मेकिंग प्रोफेशन है. लोग समझते नहीं है इस चीज को. यानी आपके पास इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं कि और मैं क्लास में डिस्कस भी करती हूँ आप लोगों से कि आप अगर एक दफा जस्ट यू हैव टू डेवलप स्किल्स, not only degree but you have to develop skills. That's why we focus on skill development as well as knowledge or the theoretical understanding, but skills are very important. So ये सब मैं समझती हूँ कि एक MBA करके, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, MBA और BBA करके आप 50-55,000 अर्न करते हैं. आप आराम से एक टीचिंग प्रोफेशन में जाके यू कैन अर्न मोर देन दिस. दिस इज माय पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस. You can earn more than this, or there are some other activities which you can do as freelancing. So एक तो ये. दूसरा ये कि आज हमें ये बड़ी मतलब एक sense of satisfaction in this sense कि when our students were expressing their and they were sharing their success in their professional life. So इसने हमें एक बड़ा sense of satisfaction दिया कि yes, we are contributing something and we are facilitating our students need as well as social needs as well. Society को भी हम कुछ pay कर रहे हैं और हम जो है society को भी serve कर रहे हैं in this sense. And Rosie, thank you very much for your support. As usual, you supported us to organize this webinar, and because of you and others, it went very well. So thank you very much. बहुत सारी बातें थी जो हम फिर करेंगे. मेरा और सादिया का एक वादा है कि हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स के साथ एक बैठक करेंगे. Inshallah. So we'll do.
Thank you so much. I am really obliged. I'm really obliged for giving me this opportunity and having patience, because I know there was a lot of technical glitches and all that, but I'm glad that Alhamdulillah we finally made it. So thank you so much for your patience. And yes, creativity is at its peak at SZABIST. And we have creative thinkers at SZABIST, which are making creative thinkers and reflective practitioners. So I think with this, we come to an end and conclude. Thank you so much for being with us, those who have joined us. And Allah Hafiz to all of you.
Allah Hafiz.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.